seconds remaining.
Well, hello everyone and welcome back. It's the Summit 3 presented by KotLGuy, and we are in Europe Phase 2 and an excellent second series matchup. We got Team Secret taking on 4 Anchors and C Captain, the Finnish boys right here. And of course, Team Secret, many consider one of the best, if not the best team in Dota right now. Should be an awesome one. People feel like maybe it's a bit of a heavy favorite for Secret, but we'll have to see. 4 Anchors and Sea Captain did battle their way through Phase 1, upsetting along the way. I'm KotLGuy, bringing you some English coverage over here from beyond the summit, but I am not going to be alone. I have a very special guest. I got Pajkatt, who's going to be joining me remotely. Buddy, how's it going? Can you hear me?
Hello, hello. Can you hear me?
You sound wonderful. So hopefully the volumes will be good, and if they let me know, I can turn you up or down. So I'll take care of all that stuff for you. And well, first and foremost, congratulations on your recent win. You had a ridiculous win ranger, and props to Slasher, I suppose.
Yeah, I think the build is nice. I mean, I think the only difference is you rush X and you skip the Maelstrom. But yeah, it's a good build.
Yeah, it was a lot of fun to watch. So we'll have to see here. This is going to be fun for you because the winner of this matchup plays you guys next in the next round. So you get a little bit of that sweet little inside information. That's going to be fun to know. And I'm going to be under the understanding that maybe you feel that it's going to be expected as a secret to advance forward. I mean, it's like 92% odds favorite. But do you think there's a chance that 4 Anchors could pull off a bit of an upset here? What do you think, man?
Yeah, I mean, there's always, I think, a chance. It's just if they pick heroes that they're comfortable with, and they don't like, if they're in their comfort zone and they just play the game, I think there's always a chance. Especially when you have heroes like these, like Jug and Mag, you can always take a game. They're really strong. But obviously Secret are favored. But let's just see what happens, I guess.
We'll have to see. So let's talk about the actual draft here. Secret do open up with the pesky and very annoying, ugly little sniper here, and they promptly grab up Rubik for Karaoke, I imagine, the K-God that many call him for. And then on the side of 4 Anchors, they get their 1-2 punch of Jug and Mag, so almost a free Battle Fury there with the synergy between the Jug and his Empower, but he's going to be doing a Magnus against S4, so no pressure, buddy, but you're going against one of the best in the game, you know? Do you think that plays a factor at all, or do you think it's just like, is he maybe like, I'm out to prove that maybe I'm the best Magnus that you've ever seen? Because he might be going toe-to-toe with S4 right in the mid lane even.
I think most likely it's going to be a sniper mid. I mean, I could be wrong, but I think they're going to get the sniper mid. But I think it could play a part, but I don't think it should. I think if you let it get to you, then it might, and he feels like he has to prove something because he's playing against S4, but it shouldn't, because he's just going to play his own game anyway, and it doesn't matter who he's playing against. It's
fun to always find out that bit of information because we only get the players here so often, so hearing it from your own perspective is always a treat. So Axe is going to be picked up 3rd here for 4 Anchors, so they already got a lot of melee that they've been already committed to, a lot of brute force, some big boys here who can soak in the damage and kind of lead off a strong initiation, but 4 Anchors have yet to consider a support staff here. They've been banning a couple of supports and offlaners, more so directed at potentially what Zai could get a hold of, but what we've come to learn from Secret is both Zai and S4 are almost interchangeable. They can both play Axe, they've both played Bristleback, they've both repped the offlane, done Queen of Pain. Is that a bit tricky when you're going against a team that could be flexible like that you really just don't know what could be coming your way, and you just try your best to play your own game?
Yeah, I think that, I mean, rather than, because when you play against good teams, they're always going to have a lot of heroes on all players because they're players who can play a lot of heroes. So rather than banning their heroes, you should just ban the heroes that are actually good against your own heroes. Because you can ban their heroes, you think they play them often, but then you have substitutes for those heroes. And so just ban whatever you think is actually going to be scary for you to play against, rather than being scared of what they can play well. I think you can do that, at least. If you're running a strat, then you can just ban the heroes that you're scared of, because there are so many substitutes on all different positions that you can't ban them all.
It is true. The wide pool to work with. It is interesting because maybe there's a touch of respect, but banning out the Broodmother, for example, but also having the Axe. You'd figure Axe could have a really nice time going against someone like a Broodmother, but maybe just fearing that Secret really know what they're doing with it and just kind of want to make sure that they don't have that pest in the side lane who can create just so much space across the map. But here's the retort here. Secret are going to be picking up the Storm Spirit in an immediate response. More melee, Pajkatt. They get Omni Knight here. This is This is turning into quite the interesting setup here from Four Anchors.
This is melee madness versus range heroes.
Is there any sort of like fear that maybe they could just get kited this whole game and that they're just going to be struggling trying to find a fight to take? I mean, you already have a lot of, I mean, Sniper's key on crucial, you know, and on good positioning so that he's not easily going to get jumped on. And Storm Spirit is one of the most elusive heroes in the game. I know you know that first and foremost. So could that be a factor here for Secret? They can be very hard to get a hold of.
Yeah, I think so for sure. I mean, I think if Four Anchors, they're gonna go for some kind of push, and they're hoping that they're gonna be strong enough to just push through. But I think it's gonna be hard because Secret have an easy time just defending towers with Shrapnel, and Ruby can steal a spell like Shockwave or whatever. Then you can just nuke out the waves, and they won't actually reach the towers. Meanwhile, you'll have a Storm Spirit split pushing, and it's not super easy to catch, but they do have Axe. So I think last picks Four Anchors, they need some Disruptor or Bane or some guy who can actually catch them, because right now it's gonna be tough for them to catch the Storm Spirit if he's split pushing a lot.
Yeah, having that Static Storm would definitely lock the Storm Spirit in place, plus having the glimpse to either bring him back or even just get him the hell away certainly could work out. Silencer has been something that some teams, more the Eastern teams, have been toying with when they kind of are having to deal with these big team fight ultimates and heroes like Storm Spirit, but on the Western side, Silencer seems much more of a niche pick, but it's going to actually be a Bane picked up here. Another support we don't see a whole lot often, but he does offer what you said, the lockdown in a way to catch some of these slippery heroes.
Yeah, you kind of want to, like, you port down to, let's say Storm is pushing your tier 1, you have a Bane who ports down on your tier 2s, and then he smokes up to the Storm, and then he grabs him, and then Axe ports in, and you can get a kill on him. Something like that. That's the same idea as the Disruptor could do the same probably. But the issue with this, if you pick a Silencer, is that he doesn't actually have anything to catch you with. You need a hero there already, and then maybe you can silence him, but then he can just buy a Yules or something. So I think a Bane or something else is better, because you can actually lock him down.
Yeah, but I guess the one downside to Bane being picked up here is that it's being picked up into a Rubik, and Rubik usually has a pretty easy time getting a Fiend's Grip. So that's something that he might have to be careful about, being in good position or making sure that Rubik's going to be nowhere near. But look at this final pickup coming out from Secret. Timbersaw getting a bit of their own frontliner melee action hero who's going to be chopping down all these fatties here on the side of Four Anchors. That just seems like a Timbersaw dream for now. Do you think that he's going to be able to really find a lot this game?
Yeah, I think so, actually. It looks like it's going to be a really good game for him. He has, on the probably safe lane is going to be, I'm guessing, well, actually, it might be a Rubik and Juggernaut. Then it might not be the easiest of lanes, but, I mean, if it's an Omni Knight, then definitely. I don't know if Secret could even run some offensive tri-lane with their Dazzle, and that could work. But I think he's going to have a pretty good game. They don't have a lot for the Timbersaw. And if they focus the Timbersaw, then they're going to have a Storm Spirit and Sniper doing whatever they want. So
we'll have to see how these lanes develop here, especially from the side of Secret. It's very particular, and if they decide to maybe go aggro and have Zai work with the top lane or just throw him down on the bottom in your traditional spot here. But here we go. It's going to be game number 1, a best-of-3 series, our second series today, to find out who's going to be moving forward to take on Alliance and who's going to have to go to the bottom and face Team Na'Vi. On the side of the Radiant, we got Four Anchors. Trixie, he's going to be playing your Axe, you know, Trixie formerly from Fnatic. We got Nymphy, who's going to be playing your Magnus mid lane. Boogie, he's going to be playing your support Omni Knight. And along the bottom, we got, now, maybe I always say this wrong. Is it Valix? Valix? Is it a proper way?
Yeah,
Valix?
I think so.
Okay, I just want to make sure. Valix, he's going to be playing
acceptable.
I'll take it. It's like, you know, I'll probably still get a lot of hate for it, but whatever. And Matama Man, he's going to be playing your core Jug. And, well, Pajkatt, if you would do me the honors, can you introduce the illustrious Team Secret on the Dire side?
Yes, sir. We got the Puppy on the Dazzle, Zai on the Timbersaw, going by the nickname of ZVYAGINTSEV.
Yeah, I think that's how it's supposed to be pronounced.
S4
too.
on the, yeah, I think so too. S4 on the Storm Spirit, most likely going safe lane, I think, by the looks of his item build, or potentially, like I said, the offensive tri lane actually, with the Storm Spirit, Rubik, and Dazzle, and then RTZ on the mid lane Sniper, Kuro on the Rubik.
All right, well,
signature Rubik with his boots first.
Yeah,
level 1.
He's probably wearing his own set. Yes, he is, because you gotta, you know. If you had your own item set and you were playing your hero, would you just wear it all the time?
That's a good question, actually. I don't know. Would I? Yeah, I probably would. Actually.
You know, you got to make some money. You
if I had the PJ troll set, then definitely. Yeah.
A troll set? Come on,
a troll set,
man.
A sniper set.
sniper set, an axe set.
The hoo-hoo-ha-ha set.
I mean, they'll be out there. People will see the set. I mean, at least now in the meta. So that's not a problem. Hopefully Ice Frog could, you know, I guess wouldn't be too hard on Troll. And next thing you know, you have a set and Troll gets nerfed to the ground and we never see him again.
He should nerf Troll a bit.
I'm sure he'll tweak.
Come on, Ice Frog.
Even
I think so.
Oh, a lot of harassment here in the top lane onto Trixie. Maybe not anticipating the sudden Dazzle Timber dual lane, but he'll have to step back and away. This could prove to be a pretty difficult lane for Trixie here if he keeps getting it up in the face of this Timber Saw. So he's going to do a side pull here, which certainly will help out, but just has to be cautious that he doesn't get too over-aggressive like most Axe players would like to do. Or do you think that he'll be able to still hold his own?
I think it's going to be a pretty rough lane. He needs to be, as long as he's on pretty high health, then it's okay for him. And I mean, you see, he's gonna probably get a lot still in the lane because he can just push out the lane. Like if Zai pushes the lane, then he's gonna get the creeps. Then he can just tank them, and the Timber can't fight him unless the Dazzle is also in lane. But he should be able to get quite a bit here. I think this is gonna be fine.
And as I check out the bottom lane, it's gonna be Kuro on his Rubik side by side with S4's Storm Spirit. And I want to ask you a question. I know you're a Storm Spirit player yourself from time to time. We saw in the previous series, actually, hold that thought, top lane. They got Trixie in a corner here. He pops his own salve, which helps him temporarily, but he needs to still make a run here. And because of maybe that regen, yeah, he does make it away with a little bit of extra move speed. But about Storm Spirit, we saw in the previous series, and Empire have been doing it a couple of times, they lead in with a jungle Storm Spirit. Do you think that's viable at all, or is it just a very situational kind of thing, or just a weird thing that Empire just kind of like to do for now?
No sorceries avail.
I think it kind of depends. I think you can get away with it if you have... I think they had ASUS who took over the lane, right? Or at least there was a plan. I'm not sure. I didn't actually see the game, but I mean, if you have a hero that can go to the offlane when the ASUS goes into jungle, then I think it can be okay. But Storm doesn't jungle the fastest, so... not that easy, but I mean, as long as you have a hero who takes over the offlane when you go into jungle, then I think you can do it.
Yeah, so very situational, but if the stars align, and more so than not, it seems Empire...
RTZ going in mid.
But yeah, he's going in deep here, and it looks like he'll get it. First blood. He does lose his own life, but certainly worth as he gets the XP and the bonus from the first blood, so he'll come back, probably promptly TP back to that mid lane. And yeah, it's Secret who technically strike first, even though both mid laners do go down.
Yeah, and I think in this matchup, I actually think Magnus can do quite well against Sniper. I mean, I played a lot of Sniper, and I think Magnus is one of the heroes that can actually do quite okay, but I think he should get a Stout Shield, and now he did, but he didn't have it before.
Is a huge battle at the same time, breaking out bottom lane. A big heal bomb comes out, and Matama Man going to be able to get that kill, takes down S4, as everything just kind of goes a bit chaotic there. The rotation kind of surprises Secret, it looks like, from the secondary support, and they kind of get outnumbered. So now 4 anchors.
Yeah, I'm a bit surprised actually that they didn't go tri-lane bottom, because I don't feel like this Timber, he doesn't really need that much help against the X. I don't see why Poppy is actually up there, because he's just gonna take some XP and then he pulls, and then the waves get annoying for the Timber, and it's good for X to have a lot of creep. So if they were actually 3 heroes bottom, then Esper could free farm, but now he ends up dying instead, and he only has 7 CS, and Jogger is sitting at 16-7. So I'm not too sure about why they're actually not just tri-laning.
It looks like they're going to try to do that now, at least. Puppy seems to be en route towards the south side to help out. Still has yet to get the grave, though, but here is a bit of a tiff by the top rune. Nymphy eats a couple of shots there from Arteezy, and looks like he'll head back to lane. Arteezy currently top CS side by side with Zai at about 20 and 7 for him. So he's definitely finding a lot here. Magnus can't really do much to really get a hold of the Sniper. Maybe level 6 if the opportunity lines up and he gets a good skewer setup or has a +1 to help him out, but for now he's just going to have to kind of do what he can to get shockwave punishment. But here comes Kuro, and there's a telekinesis lift back. Arteezy continues to pot out the shots. Wand is going to be popped. He lives temporarily, but here comes Valix, moves in. Oh, he gets him there. The heal help. Arteezy goes down. It's a 1-for-1 trade again, but here comes Trixie, and they get the Dazzle. Ends up being a 2-for-1 trade, an advantage for 4 anchors.
Yeah, and Kuro gets out with 60 HP, running all the way down. But I think that was actually kind of good, because the Bane is now level 4. And the X got a bit too. I mean, the Meg is getting quite nerfed. He's only level 4, but I think it's still a good trade for AC.
I'm surprised they actually have that X get involved so quickly, but he'll definitely take the extra boost of XP and bits of gold, and it looks like he's actually flirting with the Secret jungle side right now. And they had to have seen that courier fly in. I think they even pinged it out right there. So they know something's up. They ping out their own woods, and they're like, let's check out what the hell's happening here. But Trixie is already out the back door and going towards his top lane. So I guess he is drawing some attention away from the mid lane for Nemphy. But
yeah, he's creating a lot of space through that action.
Unexpected space creation for Trixie.
4 heroes you can see actually up there in that area. And you can see that S4, he's having a rough game. He's only level 4. 5 minutes, he doesn't have a lot of farm. The Jugger has good farm. And the Mag and Axe are doing okay, so... I think for ESC you're having a pretty good start actually. And even both Omni and Bane are level 4. And the secret supports are on level 2 and 3, so far so good for ESC. They're also in lead in both XP and gold.
Right, not by a whole lot, but at this early into the game, that could begin to blossom towards the mid game if they want to hold tight to that power advantage, but we'll see if they will. Level 6 now, Trixie. Actually, almost level 7. Maybe looking to make a debut of a dunk here. Moves on top, set up with the slow. This is going to be an easy call as well. Put in a heal bomb and a dunk, and they can get it done. Brain sap, heal, dunk. It's there. 4 anchors, man. They get another sweet kill now in the top lane, but here comes Arteezy, Shrapnel, and he's going to try to snipe Trixie, but Trixie is going to be out of there. Bullet still en route. Does it actually connect? Nope, it will be destroyed.
No, it doesn't. And that's actually really tricky. This a lot of people started doing this. Whenever they get chased by a sniper, they start porting out because there's a casting time of 2 seconds on the assassinate. So you have to react really fast to be able to get that off. Because if he's far away, you can never do it because the bullet has to fly and actually hit him too.
Yep.
So it has to be really close range, and then you have to cast it like instantly when he ports, or almost pre-cast it. Otherwise, you can't actually cancel it. But obviously, the ult can cancel.
Yeah, certainly so. And hopefully that they would be low enough so you can get the quick headshot before they even go in the first place. Eyes on mid lane here. Boogie on his Omni Knight. Usually a hero that struggles a lot in the laning phase. He's been moving around and finding a lot for himself. And being side by side with someone like Axe, you always have potential to kind of dish out big damage. But he's just scouting for now. And Anchor's trying to keep Secret guessing. Secret had been just all over the place. S4, who was started on bottom, then went to top briefly, got picked off there. He's now back mid, just trying to find a way to get towards his level 6. It's going to be a slow start here for Secret, and we'll have to see how long 4Anchors can take advantage of this lead.
Yeah, Secret have actually rotated pretty much all their lanes, and they're running around because of, I think, what they did wrong initially, which was that they put the Dazzle up top, so now they're forced to put the Timber bottom because he's got a bit of a good start. Storm is going between mid and jungle, but he doesn't really want to be there because he's scared of the Bane, and top lane is also scared of the Bane because you see in the top side of the map, Secret have no vision at all. They only have one ward mid and one bottom, so these two places are pretty scary for them.
Trixie is nearby, but obviously no Blink Dagger yet. He's just going to farm up the side camp while Arteezy works with the Creep Equilibrium well behind the tower and continues to find his way. For his sniper, Phase Boots probably going to go down the road of the cookie cutter buildup, getting a Morbid Mask, but now here comes trouble. Trixie throws out the early Battle Hunger and is just looking to take the wave from behind, and here comes Boogie. It'd be hard to get a hold of this sniper. He's going to be eating a lot of shot damage, but he pulls back. Maybe Arteezy can keep him around long enough. Kuro can get by to help out. So we'll see if anything ends up breaking out here in the top lane. Arteezy is in an interesting position here. We'll have to be a bit careful.
Yeah, S4 is up now to level 6, and he has 1,000 gold. He's probably gonna get, I don't know, either Soul Ring or Treads, and then a port, and now he can actually start making plays. Nemphy is gonna maybe get a solo kill here on Puppy. He hits the shockwave in 1 second.
Can he connect? Got it. Puppy tried to sidestep there, but it's just too big of a little hitbox that not gonna be getting away.
And S4 coming in mid. See if they can get this kill. Oh, he whips the RP.
No, RP not there. Ball lightning at the same time, and it just ends up being a bit awkward for Nemphy. He's got to try to run, and he can't even go up to the high ground. There's where Zai is. Gets healed, gets repelled, but it's not going to be enough. Nemphy ends up going down, and well, Zai, he actually wants Boogie with no mana. He's going to try his best, but he does have that wand. Pops it, heals himself, and Zai does not want to overstay his welcome, so he's like, I got to get the hell out of here.
That was well played by Boogie. Yeah. He dodged he healed himself and dodged the nuke from Zai.
Very well played. Looks like we're going to get our first brief pause of the game coming up from the side of Secret. Of course, we do have our rules into play. It's really unfortunate with how many little hiccups, server bumps, potential other D words that have been thrown out there, but we'll have to hope that everything kind of ends up going smoothly for them. But 6-3, I'd still have to say, even after that mess there in the mid lane where Nemphy goes down, 4 Anchors are still in a pretty good spot. But, you know, then again, you say that, you look over at Secret, and Arteezy still finding his way, having some good farm there. Zai's gotten a lot out of his mid lane after Dazzle left, and he's already got a Soul Ring and a Point Booster. He is on good pace to go right for a Bloodstone on his Timber, and we'll get back underway. Nice. I've had good luck with the pauses. I'm happy.
Yeah, that's nice. Pause Dota lately has been horrible.
I can imagine from a player's perspective, it's even worse.
Yeah, it's probably even worse.
You guys had that.
You actually get frustrated and you forget what you're doing in the game.
Oh, yeah.
It's like you find your momentum in the game and then you forget what you're doing, and then the game is very different. So really horrible.
Well, we'll keep our fingers crossed that everything continues to go smooth here for these players. And well, Trixie still kind of hanging around now. Has his Vanguard complete, tries to dance around with Puppy, but because of that slow, it's going to be hard.
Do you see what rune that is on S4?
That's the S4
Could you tell me?
I think it's the S4
It's the S4 rune.
It certainly is. I don't know what he does. I'm pretty sure he has a third-party application. We can't really check his computer right now, but he somehow, some way, always seems to have that freaking red rune. But he's going to use it towards the top. Yeah. Trixie gets shot. S4 should be easy cleanup, but with that repel, he won't be able to make it away. But then they know Boogie's nearby. They go on to him, but he's just going to have to be the martyr and accept the fact that he did save his axe and will sack his own life.
Unfortunately, Bane ported up there as well and didn't achieve anything.
Yeah.
So it was a bit of a wasted port. Maybe he could smoke himself and the X though. Once he gets 6, he could smoke himself and try to get a kill on the sniper, or the instant blink pickup by Arteezy here. This is something you don't see every day.
No, and just as I called it out, like, oh, we're going to see the Morbid Mask, he is putting a lot into his sniper positioning here by making sure he will not be caught out. It does add pressure onto your sniper to make sure he's quick with the reaction timing, that if he does get jumped on, let's say, by an Axe or by a Magnus, that he'll be quick to get right back out. Or well, we might have to wait a moment here. We got to smoke, as you were expecting here from the Bane, who is now level 6. They move on in. Puppy's nearby, but they don't quite have the tools yet to really close the gap, so they just kind of have to hope that
this is going to be really hard. Arteezy's playing this right.
Yeah.
Arteezy playing this the right way up top. You can see he's moving into the jungle, so the Bane can't actually go there because the tower would break the smoke, and so they can't get to Arteezy when he plays like that. And same for Puppy. They're kind of just pushing them back, and they're not able to get into any angle where they can actually connect with Secret.
This turns into a bit of time wasted almost for 4 Anchors if they can't find a lot out of it. Trixie's like, I've had enough. I'm looking for maybe a dive here. And he walks through the shrapnel, doesn't want to make the commitment into the woods. It's a little too dark in there, and you don't want to get juked, and next thing you know, you have 3 heroes TPing in, and you could end up into a disaster. So it looks like they'll just have to, unfortunately, walk away without getting anyone and head elsewhere. But while they've been kind of had their arms full in the top lane, Kuro's been able to throw together his level 6, having some solo time in the mid lane, and Zai's back to farming on the bottom. He's just about 1 component away from finishing out a Bloodstone.
Mag has picked up his blink though, and Jog he's gonna send out his Mask of Madness right now. I would like to see for ASC stack some Ancients, because that way the Jugger can get a lot of farm, especially when you have Mag. You can clear them really early on. And it looks like Secret are gonna try to make a play mid, but you see there's a ward there, so the Mag should not be getting caught here.
Yep, he knows S4 is dancing behind, and we'll probably also see, sees the TP in from Puppy.
And then they know that he's alone up top now, Arteezy. So they should force the issue up top right now for ASC, because they saw that port, and they know. Oh, going for a play in the mid lane.
He went for S4, but now something broke out mid lane, so S4 ditched the top lane where he could have almost been caught out the same moment. That was really close. Because of that engagement mid, S4 stopped going top lane where Bane was waiting for him on the high ground. And now he has eyes for Nymphy in the mid lane.
Yep. Fortunate there for S4, because he would have walked into his own death most likely. Yeah, unfortunately for 4AC, they're not actually pressing it too. Oh, bottom initiation onto Timber.
Zai goes in, and he has nowhere to go. He's amongst all the trees, so he can't have a good Timber chain away. Arteezy at the drop of a hat, TP's in, blinks forward for the commitment. Bane, can he stop him from the snipe? Nope. Snipe does fly, but the ward, keeping him alive, gets to sleep onto Puppy now. But Valix might have just handed over his own life if he can't walk away from Arteezy. Does have boots, so slips through the cracks.
He's gonna be fine here, actually.
Yeah, he makes it out fine. And it ends up being just the one-man takedown in advantage for 4 Anchors. And Arteezy makes the rotation to the bottom and gets nothing from it.
Yep. Good for 4AC. I mean, Secret are still finding their farm, you can see. Arteezy's still top net worth, and Got good farm. S4 has been trying to catch up. And it looks like he's gonna go for Orchid's Rush.
Ah, yes. The Orchid Rush. For a lot of the Chinese teams, they seem to always love to go with the Bloodstone first. Just, I guess, putting more into having that farming tool and getting a lot of it first and foremost. Do you feel it's like more situational? You got to get an Orchid when you feel the silence is more crucial, or is it based on player?
I think it's based on team and what heroes you play against. I mean, Orchid's Rush is, like in a game like this, it's really good to have that early Orchids against, I mean, Omni Knight, Bane, Mag, all these heroes. If you can get Orchids on them in fights, then it's gonna be really good. And also S4 tends to play more of the playmaking heroes rather than the farmers. So if this was an Arteezy Storm, I wouldn't be surprised if it was a Bloodstone Rush. But since S4 plays the Storm, it's gonna be Orchids, and then he tries to make plays earlier on. Then he farms later. That's just how they play. Yeah. They're like who is the playmaker on the team. So
yeah, and the Orchid certainly would help going against someone like an Omni Knight. Omni Knight might be too busy repelling someone else. The next thing you know, you have a Storm Spirit in your face. He Orchids you up and tries to solo pick you off. Is that something that Secret might need to prioritize, as Boogie is now level 6 and he has Guardian Angel? When these fights break out, is it try to get a hold of that Omni and take him down before he, is there to kind of help his team, or do you just have to worry
I think they wanna put down some shrapnels before the fight, so X can't blink, and same for Meg. Oh, initiation on Zai.
Yeah, they got a nice Fiend's Grip set up on Zai with the blink and call on the backline though. S4 trying to go to work on the Valix. There's going to be that Guardian Angel now popped, and they also got the repel. Stolen Guardian now going to be returned from KotLGuy, and they take down the Omni Knight. Now Nephi shows up, a whiff on the skewer, holds out on the RP. When it's all said and done.
Meanwhile on bottom lane, we missed the kill. The Juggernaut looks like he solo killed the sniper down there.
Yeah, all right.
I guess he must have came from Fog and then gotten the ult, or maybe just the mask. No, he did use the ult.
That's interesting. I mean, Arteezy does have that Blink Dagger. Hopefully he wasn't busy watching the action top lane or anything, but he gets caught out from Jug. Maybe just managed to sneak in there and
maybe from the Fog. I'm not sure.
Well, we'll see now as Matama Man's able to chop through this tier 1 tower and bring in a little bit extra gold for everyone, but looks like someone's coming to try to put up a defense. Zai gets out.
Should be fine here. Got Mom and Spin. Yeah.
He'll make it.
The spells are on cooldown, so.
S4 is close, but not close enough for that kind of a jump, so. Looks like Jug will be able to make it away. He got a kill, he got a tower. That's looking pretty good, and now it's Jug at top of the net worth with 7,100 gold. Not too shabby.
This is a good ward from 4AC here. He got it out. Fortunately, there was no ward spotting him, most likely. I don't think any ward saw him going there, so they shouldn't know this. And that's a pretty big ward to have if you can get it unnoticed. Because it sees a lot.
Top lane, KotLGuy could be in trouble. Telekinesis, very low. Pops his wand. Now he tries to ring around the Rosie of the tower here. And yeah, he can't get away from that dunk, so his head will fall. And Trixie now on a killing spree with his axe.
Yeah, he's 3-0. Blink, Vanguard, 1.3k gold, Tranquils. He's doing very well. Same for the Jug.
He's good. Yeah, Jug 2-0. Already had that Mask of Madness. Now has a Yasha by his side. Speaking of Blink Daggers also, Zai just picked one up. Even getting it before finishing out the Bloodstone here. But he's going to use it to go right on Trixie. Double rotation from the rest of Secret.
Deny on the tower there.
Whoop. Goes to the low ground, and yeah, nice deny. Comes out from Zai. And Trixie's still trying to get away. Blink forward.
He dodged the sniper ult there with his blink just now. Let's see if he makes it out.
Oh, that RP is online. Gets both. Very nicely done. But Puppey there to try to help out. They skewer him away. S4 trying to run with the bits of mana he's got. Omni Slash does fly through. Connects on both, but not enough to finish anyone off. That weave. Bringing in so much armor. They're actually got the extra bit of durability, but there we go. Valix gets it done with the Brain Sap. S4 will go down. That was a long-winded fight. Not a lot of casualties from either side, but 4 anchors continue to just get, little by little, the better end of these skirmishes.
Yeah. They're actually somehow getting the better of these. I didn't even see how he got him. How he got the Storm there.
That was a quick hit and run right there from Zai. He just jumped in, did all of his spells, and...
Axe and Bane going on the Dazzle.
Yeah. Puppey turns the corners, trying to hide out.
And get the call off. Oh wow, yeah, they whiffed the... I mean, they used the grip as well. They didn't really have to do that.
The self-sleep, apparently? Well, yeah. Takes 2 ults. It's just for a support Dazzle. I think Puppey's going to be okay with that if it creates a bit more comfort for the rest of his course to not have to worry about that Fiend's Grip or dunk quite yet, so... Actually...
But it's still scary, though, because they're giving up these kills, and you can see this Bane, because you were asking earlier, who do you go on? And you kind of have to go on 3 targets with the Storm. Unless you can already go in with the Timber and Sniper and deal a lot of damage, you need to disable Bane and Omni and Mag, so they don't get their spells off, because otherwise they can help each other out. Even the Axe can help them, so it is kind of a hard game for Secret, and if they can tank up on this Bane, you can see he's already up to 1.1k HP with Inchets.
Yeah.
It's gonna be really hard. They're gonna have to invest a lot to bring him down. And if they do so, and then the counter initiation comes, it's gonna be rough for Secret.
That's true. And plus you got to consider one of those targets probably going to be repelled. So it's not going to be the easiest job. Plus you'll probably have a pretty farm Juggernaut in your face. I mean, he is throwing together. He's got a Claymore. Is this going to be a Shadow Blade, or is he going old school picking up like a Battle Fury? He already has Empower, so I'd wager a Shadow Blade, but for now it's a Claymore.
Yeah, I'm actually not sure what he's going for. I guess we'll see. Shadow Blade could be good, maybe to catch out the Sniper if they don't have a gem on Secret, but Battle Fury is probably okay too. He could farm really, really fast. They're stealing Secret stacks right now, and I think the next big thing in this game is going to be who gets the Roche. If Secret get it, it will be really good for them. The Aegis is not as important, I think, for 4 ASC, but it would be good denying Secret Aegis. And it's going to be a Shadow Blade for him. He has the Shadow Amulet in his stash.
Ah, alright. Sometimes I see, like, Burning, when he plays Jug, he'll get up a Saint Yasha build with the Shadow Blade, and he just loves to move pretty damn fast now. Repel on forward, instant Omni. Oh, it goes to the neutrals. Wow. Bad luck there for Matamba, man. But they might still be able to get the kill. No, Shallow Grave comes out. Puppy's going to get Fiends gripped. And look at KotLGuy. He's going to be walking away. Still alive for now. Not the same luck, though, for Puppy, as he will be dropped.
Arteezy in trouble, too, now.
Yeah, now he's on a bad spot. There's the blink forward. Action all over the place. Zai's going to be able to finish off the Omni Knight. Yeah, on the backside. But Arteezy going for the TP. Can they stop him? They can't. Wow. He is gone. Oh, man.
He could have used RP there to get the kill, and I think that definitely would have been worth it.
Yeah, well,
now they lose 2 heroes instead and don't get that Sniper. That was really, really big for Secret to get away with that. That shouldn't have happened either.
They take down 2. They only lose Puppy, and a narrow escape from Kuro. It was bad luck from Jug, I guess, to have his Omni Slash pretty much be taken up and mitigated away towards those neutrals. And KotLGuy was able to just kind of walk out. It looked like he stole the skewer and said, see you later. And Arteezy, who also should have gone down, he gets away. And I agree with you. The RP would have definitely been well worth it to get the Sniper, but Nemphy seems to be having a bit of an off game for his mag, but, you know, probably looking to shake it off.
Yeah, but it's one of those classic cases where you have this one hero who's like really low, and you're like, are we gonna get him, are we not? And then you don't want to waste your RP because you want to have it for the next fight. But in all those scenarios, you should go for it, because you can rather waste that RP and make sure you get that kill, even if it's a waste, than not getting it. So.
Okay, here's Secret now, smoked up. They don't know that they are ringing around the rosy right now with 4 anchors.
Oh, they're gonna get the Mag maybe?
Oh, Mag is the caboose of this little conga line from 4 anchors. If he
they found Dazzle in mid.
Yeah, it looks like they're going to move towards him. Oh, Puppy. Might be in the wrong neighborhood here. Could be scouted out.
Like it.
And, yeah, there it is. There's the jump in. There's the dunk. Axe takes him down. Trixie now, mega kill for him. He's got that Crimson Guard, and it looks like he's getting pretty close to his BKB, Ordi Ogre Club, 1k gold. And now they're also going for the Roche with Matamba, man. Secret just trying to split push maybe the bottom lane a bit. But it looks like 4 anchors are going to be able to get this Roche without much trouble.
Yeah, and this is a good play from Trixie here. Look, he's porting bottom, and he's playing really cocky. And Secret have no vision, so... I mean, now he might play too cocky, he might end up falling here, but they're still going to get the Roche for this. So he's playing really cocky, and Secret can't do anything because they don't know where 4 ASC are. So they can't just go for this Jugger, because he could be backed up, and then they walk into a trap, but they were actually just killing Roche.
They're going to walk into Kuro and S4 here, and they get the Courier on the way out. It doesn't have anything on it for 4 anchors, but a good snipe regardless there for S4. Kuro uses the skewer, goes up to the high pedestal, will TP away. But overall, 4 anchors just still happy to be able to get that Roche up. But a Courier down, and that's a little bit of more pocket change for Team Secret, I suppose.
Yep.
Well, mid
Zai has that Bloodstone now.
Oh, you're right. Zai on his Timber. 2-1-2. This is the mid-game period where your Timber really likes to be a crowd pleaser. And he'll try to go for some pickoffs. Regardless, he just offers so much utility in being able to stop pushes, do some side pushes, and right now he's pressuring this tier 1 top. But at the same moment, bottom lane for anchors. Parading down this bottom lane, they're going to look to take a tier 2. Nemphy's trying to get in a good position.
I think 4 anchors should actually... They should push here. They should just go push force them back. Go high ground right now, because then they force back Secret's TPs. They can't get the tier 2 damage. They're gonna get tier 3 damage for free here, a bit at least. And even they have the Aegis, so they could take the fight. In mid lane, Kuro is gonna go down to Trixie as well.
Yeah, good
I think they should actually keep going here.
As Kuro falls, 4 anchors. Stop adding pressure towards the top lane, maybe hoping that someone from Secret will peek their head out the front door here. Zai's the closest one. Matama Man, I don't know if it's enough. He's going to start with some good crits. And there, the Omni Slash will finish him off, man. That Empower as well. He hits like a truck. Breaks right through the steel cage of Zai and takes him down. Good quick pick for them, and they'll profit by picking up what looks like a tier 2 from it.
Yeah, but they're giving up their tier 2 top here. And I think even if they get the kill there, I still think it's a better choice to actually go for the tier 3 bottom, because I think they're kind of just a bit scared of going high ground. But I think it's... They're more scared than they actually have to be, because they're a lot stronger right now fighting-wise. Even though the gold graph isn't that uneven, I mean, they have a 3k gold lead, they're still a lot stronger in fighting right now.
Jump in from S4, trying to go to the back line and see who's there. Connection from the Assassinate onto Boogie. And S4 will still manage to find his way, or will he? He gets called out from Trixie here. Meanwhile, Jug chopping away, going in the front of the base. We have 2 different fights splitting out here. Looks like your first life of Jug, who's stuck on his own. And they do get S4. Guardian Angel now to come out. Immediately going to be stolen again from Kuro. They do have it in use. Trixie, who's been left in the base, is trying to find his way out, but he is getting kited and slowly brought down. From Arteezy and the 2 supports, he will go down. Valix, one of the last around, along with Matama Man and the Magnus. He gets Puppy asleep. Kuro, oh, not quite in time with the Guardian Angel. Does not save Arteezy. Puppy, still alive, shallow grave. They end up getting the kill right there as Omni Knight gets dropped. Zai, trying to move in. Good sleep, good brain sap as they're able to finish off the Dazzle. And now it's Valix trying to get away. He will not have anywhere to go. Double kill for Zai at the end of it. And my God, Pajkatt, that was all over the place. It's really hard to say who comes out on top. Matama Man does live, but Secret did lose Sniper and S4.
Yeah, and they lost the Timber too, and he died twice actually after just getting his Blood Zone, so went down to 4 charges. Then he bought back now and got back 2 charges, but the X bought his BKB before he died, so he didn't lose any gold, and now has his BKB for the next fight. Jogger has Manta for the next fight, which is really good against the Storm with the Orchids. And Bane has a Blink, so I think if 4ASE get another Roche, I think they can just go high ground kind of easily actually. Assuming they don't make any major fuck-ups, like giving up a big RP to the Rubik or something like that.
It is Dota, and I have seen worse flubs.
Yeah, for sure.
We'll have to see. Sure. The nerves, I have to imagine, also always play a factor. You're in the zone. I mean, you're going against a pretty tough opponent in Secret, so... And right now, you're winning, so you're like, oh, we're doing good. We're feeling good. Let's make sure we don't let this one up, but you got to make sure you make the right calls and go for the right objectives. And I agree. Probably waiting out, stalling for the Roche, having the security of that second life, and then making a push towards the high ground while you still have the power advantage is probably the best interest here for 4 anchors. What do you think, though, for Secret? Do they just go on these expeditions and try to get a couple of picks to get that rubber band?
Yeah, they should try to get a kill. Maybe if they can get this Jug here, this is going to be really big. They are going to get him.
Very big, very easy, almost it looked there. That's Kuro using that Blink Dagger. Valix is
and they
nearby.
Might get another.
Yeah, they have a ward down near the Secret shop. He does a self-sleep, big jump in from Trixie, catches 3, and they might get S4. Oh, the jump to the Ancient Stack will help him out, but Zai, he thrives on this close-quartered action, and he gets 3 immediately on the Timber Saw. That Bloodstone now building up the charges, and Trixie trying to make it away, but he's just going for a desperate TP, and he actually makes it out with 100 life to spare. But all of his friends are now dead. 4 go down from the side of 4 anchors. Secret lose no one, and they quickly get what looks like about a 4k gold swing their way.
Yeah, and 6k XP, and I think that was kind of on the Omni. He had Repel, but he hesitated for so long, he could have repelled the Bane, and he wouldn't have died and gotten his Fiend's Grip off. And that would have been really big, because then they could have lived, then he could have gripped the Timber Saw and he wouldn't have dealt damage, but he hesitated with a Repel, and then he just, both of them just ended up dying really fast, and then the fight was kind of over.
Well, we make the call out as far as what Secret need to do to bring this game back, and I think that was probably one of the best case scenarios they could ask for there, leading in with a good pick off on that Jug. You could just see the quick burst potential they got, but uh-oh, Puppy. He is going to self-Shadow Grave, and the Omni Slash will make sure he has nowhere to go. So it's an Omni to take down a support Dazzle. Matama Man will
it's worth it for sure. It's always, you should always go for these. If someone ports out, like, they should always just kill them. It's good.
It's very good for Matama Man. So, and after he picks up his Shadow Blade, he's going right for an MKB. It looks like here, Pajkatt. He's got a javelin.
Oh no,
or a basher.
he gave up the Omni Slash level 3 to the Rubik.
Oh.
Yeah, he's probably gonna go for a basher like you said, but that's actually that deals a lot of damage. Even though Rubik doesn't have a lot of damage, it's still 9 jumps, and they deal a lot of damage. So scary for the next fight.
I am excited to see what Kuro's going to be doing with this Omni, if he'll be able to make strong use of it. Looks like 4 anchors now kind of have most of the lanes pushed towards their way. Gonna have to step back and make sure they can kind of keep most of the control of the map if they want to be able to make a go at the next Roche. It looks like we got about another minute or so before we see the secondary timer, but
and they smoked inside base. This was like a smoke that was, they used it very early on, so I'm not sure if they're actually gonna get anything out of this, because they smoked, I don't know if you can see my pings, but all the way here.
Yeah.
So they're gonna have to run very far with the smoke to actually get anything, and they don't have any objectives, so this is a bit of a, I don't know, I feel like it's not a very calculated play. I think Secret are feeling a bit pressured actually. Yeah, probably not gonna get anything with this, but they're still gonna have the Omni Slash, and Kuro is one of those players who steals a lot of big spells and makes a lot of big plays, so look out for that in these fights.
Well, maybe anticipating that some lingering 4 anchor squad would be in the jungle for them to pick. They use the smoke to just head all the way to the top. They get a nice little aggressive ward here up on the high ground. And
yeah, this is good.
Wait,
hasn't been spotted either by 4AC.
They are smoked up though, and heading towards that top lane. They have the potential. I mean, they have these big boys here in your Magnus and Axe. They can lead in with a big catch. Lead in RP.
They should know, though, because he just got empowered.
Oh, they got Matama Man, though.
Lord.
Guardian immediately, though, going to happen. That's the Omni from Kuro flying about from both sides now. Double dunk from Trixie to finish them all off, and they get Arteezy. Almost unintentional baited opportunity there from Matama Man has led to disaster for Secret. They did not anticipate the whole 4 anchor squad to be there right behind, so they thought they had another easy jump on the jug, but that is not the case. What a turnaround for 4 anchors as they now take 4 from Secret.
Yeah, really good counter initiation, though I'm very surprised the Secret didn't notice, because the Jugger, he just got empowered, and they should have caught that, because I mean you can even click on the hero and then you see how far the empower is, so they should have seen that he just got empowered. So it's kind of strange that they went for the play, but maybe they just didn't click on the Juggernaut. Stuff like that happens.
Alex wants to
so very unfortunate for them.
Blinks to the low ground, but Kuro was just a bit off to the right-hand side. Now moving into the high ground base, though. Matama Man getting a lot of damage from that Chakram coming out from Zai, and it looks like they'll have to pull back here. And ooh, now gonna get healed up. Walks away, healing ward out.
Them on the Omni, they don't want to give this up.
Oh man, Boogie. They want to get him. Jump forward from S4. They get him down. It's going to be Zai who gets the last hit on that. And Secret still on the hunt here. They get Trixie. They pull him back in while Zai goes for the others to zone them back. Trixie trying to go for the TP here. Can he get it off? He can. He is gone.
Wow, that was really big. He actually prevented them from chasing the others, and he got out as well. Very big play. It's not the first time we've seen him do the TP out as well. Yeah. And it's one of those where the sniper can cancel you, but the reaction time has to be there.
Yep.
And this is this a late Roche? I think it is.
It's definitely.
I actually don't know how to read that clock.
Listen, I don't know. I've been calling out for him to get a bit on the digital scale here. Ice Frog, can you just give us some numbers to work with? This lore, I mean, that's not an appropriate analog clock. There's no second hand. There's no nothing.
Us dumb people, we don't know how to use this clock.
I'm definitely a derp with that. I just like, it's almost close to the big glowy dot, so that means that Roche is almost up. It's probably about a minute's time, but it's definitely a late clock than what we've seen normally. So I think 4 anchors like that, though, because if they want to contest it, they have to kind of heal up. Omni has to come back, and they can head towards the area, which they are now.
Yeah, this was good for 4AC. They should be able to take this Roche now. Although you can see Secret, they have that 4 wards out right now, and 4AC only have 1, which actually is in range of a sentry, so they could deward that. S4 might get it now. Now they got another ward out, so...
yes, free 50 gold for S4. Game breaking right there. Still be happy to take in that little bit of loot, and we'll push out the top lane. But eyes on the Roche pit here. Boogie just committed to hiding himself inside the pit, waiting for the big boy to kind of respawn here. And I'd have to imagine, though, with 4 anchors lineup, they just would be more than happy for some sort of clustered team fight near the secret Roche pit area. But as I say that, though, you got your Timber Saw, Sniper in good position. This could be a serious bloodbath soon.
S4 is doing the right thing though, pushing out a top lane. We see Juggernaut almost got initiated on there in the mid lane. I think Kuro wanted to jump in and try to burst him with the Timber. But I think that even though top lane is pushing in, I think they should just go Roche right now. And they are probably gonna pick up on that. Because they can kill Roche really fast.
Yep.
But Secret they're gonna come. And I don't know how many heroes got caught in that weave. It's just the Omni Knight, it looks like, but it's gonna be very low armor when they come. So this could be a good fight for Secret if they can just take out the Jugger.
The weave does help out lead in with some good vision from afar, but yeah, if they wanted it for the fight, it's not going to be very valuable to only get it on the Omni. But Tommy Man, a lot of pressure. Oh, quick jump in. There's going to be the immediate heal and Guardian Angel to save him. Can they do a counter fight to make this worth it, though? Trixie moves right into the fray of 4 Secret members, trying to keep them back and away from the rest of the fight. Now Omni's going to fly out, does finish off Dazzle, and they continue forward. They want the sniper. Arteezy in trouble. There's the dunk. They take him down. Another heal coming out from Boogie. Saves Matama Man, and now Zai, desperate to try to get away from this. Trying to make his way through the trees, but Trixie gets the call and takes him down. Double kill from Matama Man. 4 anchors, another big fight for him, and they're going to be able to clean up the Roche as they move on in. This is looking like a bit of an upset for game number 1 so far, Pajkatt. 4 anchors continue to have a pretty strong performance.
Yeah, I think the Magnus, he whiffed his RP once again, I think. I don't even know if he got anything, but Trixie has been the definite MVP of this game so far, I think. He's gotten so many heroes in his calls. He's creating so much space for his team.
Ow!
And he's being a real nuisance. These TP outs that he's done as well, very, very clutch play from him.
Oh man, they're gonna get Kuroki though. He's gonna go down.
Dog could pick up an Abyssal here and go kill the Storm as well. I don't know, yeah. He had the gold for the Abyssal and he could have picked it up and just killed the Storm right there. Or maybe he wasn't aware of his gold.
He was
or the
just
fact that he was close to the shop.
He just saw the kill and he's like, I don't care about anything else, I want to just go right for it. But that kill opportunity will pass. And it looks like we are going to have a bit of a pause here. This time it's for 4 anchors as they need a moment. But this gives us a moment to reflect as far as what the hell just happened there. I mean, that was a huge promising fight for 4 anchors. And it seems like that's the 3rd time now, maybe 2nd time, that Secret see the Jug. And they're like, we got to get him. And they jump on in there, but they just have so much help behind. Bane can throw one asleep, get the Fiend's Grip, and then, of course, Omni Knight is there with the immediate heal and Guardian Angel, and next thing you know, Secret are just out of position. And Trixie just knows what he wants.
There was a 2v2 over on the right side. I guess you were following the other one, the 3v3, over on the left, but there was a 2v2 between the Mag and the Bane against the Storm and the Rubik, and I think Secret got the better of that trade. I think they got the Bane. Kuro made a good play with the Skewer. He skewered the Bane and the Mag, and they got a kill there. But they still ended up winning the other fight, so definitely a big win for 4ESC, who could probably go high ground right now.
They're gonna look to try here. 24 seconds till Kuro comes back. He's the only one.
Are there any buybacks right now?
On the side of Secret. You look at the buyback chart. No, except for Arteezy. The only one on his sniper. And he's trying to go for a Scotty. Looks like he's got the point booster, already has the Mjolnir, but he does not.
Yeah, he's dealing very little damage with this build actually. This Mjolnir and Blink Dagger. He's invested, what is that, 7k something into those 2 items, and he's dealing a very low amount of damage. And the point booster, I think that's like 8k. With the Aquila, almost 10k, and he deals very, very little item damage considering the items he has.
Oh, Memphis. Not going to be able to get the catch there. Kuro throws him up, assassinate, uses the skewer on him, and puts him back into the enemy territory. Wonderful play there. Unfortunate catch there from your Magnus, but here we go. Boogie, immediate TP after his repel. S4 trying to jump forward, and Matama Man's just going to Shadow Blade away. Valix, though, still there, able to blink away. S4, man, he is just going all in with the mana to get a hold of him, but there's the Jug. Pops up, gets the Abyssal. Telekinesis from Kuro. Matama Man, very low on life. Same goes with Valix. Valix will get shot. Boom! He goes down. And here comes Trixie. Gets the call and is trying to pull and get Zai away here, but Zai is persistent, moves forward, skewer back again from Kuro, now onto Trixie, who pops his BKB. Meanwhile, the Jug going for the Timber Saw now. And here comes Mag, back from the dead, buys back, moves forward, gets the skewer, pushes Zai away, and they get the kill. And 4 anchors want to charge right back towards the Secret base, it looks like. But S4 is going to be back very quick as he had that Bloodstone.
Yeah, Ags now on Kuro. This is really big. If he can get the GA, I mean the group, the Jugger ult, he's trying to keep Secret in this game really a lot. He's playing really well.
And being a support Rubik, that says a lot. If your support Rubik's trying to keep you in the game, he must be having an all-star showing. Oh my god, another skewer as he brings back the axe. They're going to try to take him out immediately. Zai buys back to make the fight happen, but there goes the Omni. S4 goes down. Zai now.
He steals it.
He gets it stolen, and it's an Ags. Boogie trying to walk away, very low on life. Kuro on the back end of this glorious Guardian Angel is going to take him down. Arteezy gets that last hit, a little bit of an extra boost, but 4 Acres, they were able to clear out 1 Rax here. Range is still going to stand in the mid lane, so it's definitely profitable for them as they're still ahead 31-21. But Secret are still fighting their way back into this game.
Yeah, I want to say Kuro and Zai are really what's keeping Secret in this game right now. Especially Kuro, I think. He's making a lot of big plays. These skewer plays that he's making are so nice because it means that he can... He's actually kind of playing Rubik like a that right now. He's just blinking out and pushing people back into his own base. That means they're far away from the team and it's much harder for 4ESE to get in there. Because then they have to go all the way into base and fight against Shrapnel. That's really hard. Kudos to him.
And for 4 Acres, I'm sure they're hoping that these unfortunate little flubs, maybe like an RP here or a skewer there that could be connected, could help them out in these team fights dramatically. I mean, remember, Magnus did buy back for that last engagement. Still has 3K, actually, thrown together. He's pretty rich. I imagine he might push forward for a refresher orb here. I mean, you certainly can't, you know, miss all of the skewers and RPs, right, Pajkatt? Refresher seems to be a good grab.
For his and his team's sake, let's hope not.
All right. Well,
and let's hope he doesn't give it away to Kuro as well.
Oh, that's another thing.
That could end very badly for them.
Well, we'll have to see if Kuro keeps playing
Timer
the way he does.
Can't be a lot left, can it? A minute or two, maybe?
Oh god, here we yeah, well that's just for the secondary timer for the Roche, it looks like. But as far as, yeah, the actual timer for the Aegis itself, I would say, yeah, a minute left. So I don't think they're going to be able to make strong use of it here with how far back this lane is.
Yeah, they did get the mid-Rex, melee-Rex before in that fight. So, I mean, they got that going for them. Oh, Aegis is gone now, actually.
Man.
41. And it's gonna be a 4-minute respawn time, 4:15. So it should be up at around 45:15.
Thank goodness.
But let's see if they continue to push anyway.
We'll have to see though. Without that extra life, things aren't as secure. And maybe they hold out to itemize a bit. So it looks like they're just gonna step away and farm. Is this the timing window now for Secret to try to really push out from the base and go back on the hunt and try to find some picks here?
Yeah, and I think for ASC what they should do is just stick together, because they're definitely in a big lead in this game right now. And if they just stay together, then Secret can't really do much, because they can protect each other if they're together. But if they give up these picks for Secret, they get charges on 2 Bloodstones if they give up kills. So they should just stick together, knowing that they don't actually need to get that much more farm right now, because their heroes, they have whatever they need to fight. All they need is good engagements. You know, it's all about positioning at this point. The gold, much more gold, won't make huge difference for 4ESC. It would for Secret though, but not for 4ESC. So sticking together and just not dying, waiting for potentially the Roche if they want to do so, or just going together, get a smoke, remove the vision from Secret, and then get a good initiation and then go high ground.
What does make it hard for them to remove that vision is, what I didn't notice is in that last fight as well, Boogie did drop the gem. So that gem now in the hands of Zai. Secret are going to try to take control of that map right back as they push this bottom lane here. They have everyone in for this. They make the jump. Oh, he goes to low ground to get away. S4 persistent. There's going to be the catch. Guardian Angel does come out. And now, hell will be unleashed here as Secret use their own Guardian Angel. It's Guardians all over the place here as they fly on back. Boogie eating the soak of the damage. There's an RP that does connect on to 3, and they're going right for Secret. They are able to burst down S4. Zai's got to get the hell out of there, but not before he's able to burst right through Trixie. Killing spree for Arteezy. He goes down right after, but 4 anchors only lose the 1, it looks like. For now, Puppy, barely alive, shallow grave. He will go down to the chop. And Zai, the last alive here, is going to try to just get the hell away and should be able to do so here.
Wow.
Wow. Unbelievable.
4 heroes.
That's a good RP. He gets it. It took a while, but he got it. That was a big one.
He waited a long time with that RP, and the Bane also waited. They played that well. I think they baited Secret into them further and further in, so then they kind of got into a fight which was tough to take because they don't want to go too far because then they're gonna get into this path down the tier 2, like the ramp down. That's where they kind of got caught. And it's hard to fight there against the Magnus and an X. So well played by 4AC there, drawing out the fight.
Look at this. Now they get to suddenly move into the base. S4, his Bloodstone now down to 2 charges. Not going to be back as swiftly. Forces them to pop the glyph. And Matamaman sees some TPs in, and he's like, I got to get the hell back. Long jump, though, from S4. They got the vision with Gem on Zai. And Matamaman could be in trouble here.
Actually going to get a kill here? No.
Almost got S4 in exchange for his own life, but that's your Jug going down 80 seconds.
I have no idea what he was doing there alone, to be honest.
And he bought out.
That's a very strange play.
Very strange.
That costs a lot actually, because he's such a high net worth hero, and he had a wicked 6 streak as well. Oof. He gives up a lot of gold for the Storm, who's up to 2.6, almost 7k gold now.
Oh man.
Let's see if he goes for a Hex. He's also level 20, so... That's something you really don't want to do. As a carry, like, those are the most costly mistakes. These mistakes early on, they don't matter as much, but these late game plays where you give up kills like this, these are the ones that are really bad. So even though he played very good up until now, that's one of the mistakes that costs him a lot. His team. Because even now, Roche, now they don't know Roche is going to spawn now, but it's going to spawn in 15 seconds, so potentially, I think it could go there. I don't think they will now, because they're not close enough. S4 going for Maelstrom too here.
Oh, okay. Don't see that very often on your Storm Spirits.
No, I think
wave clearing.
Yeah, well, it's one of the S4 is one of the players. I did this once too in a pub quite recently because I saw S4 do it, and it deals a lot of damage because Storm actually gets so many hits in. Storm is one of those heroes that he will always get a lot of auto attacks in because he's zipping around all the time attacking, and so he will actually get to deal damage with right clicks. And the Maelstrom is gonna proc, and it deals a lot of damage, but I'm not sure if it's better here than a Hex, because they need, I feel, the disable against the Omni, the Mag, and the Bane, but see if it works out for him.
Well, if he does manage to push it forward into a Mjolnir, I mean, which of course Arteezy already has, you can always throw it on someone like the Timbersaw, who you know is going to be up in their face and can get a lot of strong use out of it. But yeah, definitely an intriguing grab. We don't see that in the pro games as much, and we'll have to see if it's going to be working out here for S4, or if maybe he can throw together a sheep thereafter. Something that they could really use. So, secret now, though, smoked.
Both teams smoked up.
Yep. Oh, man.
Axe has been revealed.
This is where the tension is, because Roche is ready for the pickings.
Yeah, whoever wins this fight is probably going to take the game.
We'll see. It's Matamaman who goes into the pit first. Remember, he did just go down in that top lane. He has no buyback or anything, so if he dies, he will be out for a long while. And plenty of time.
Yeah, and I think that's why they're cautious, too.
Yeah.
They're waiting a bit. Ooh, this is a dangerous position for Mag against Storm. He doesn't want to be up there. Yeah, good, but he goes down. I'm curious who they give the Aegis to here, though.
I would have wagered the Jug because he doesn't have his buyback, yeah.
Yeah,
he drops his mask. Almost gets taken. Jug does
S4.
grab it, and
Wow.
he just goes down. Oh, S4 tried to make a clutch play, and it ends up being a bit of a face roll. And now it's Kuro. Self-fuels. He should go down there after. Gets the repel, but it doesn't matter anymore. And look at this. It's 4 anchors now. Looking to clean house. Omni flies out onto Zai. He goes down. That's the Gem on the deck. Triple kill from Matamaman. Puppy will go down there after. Oh, no. That is not the contention that you want to make in the Roche pit. And 4 anchors now. And if it's by your prediction, this could be game for them now. After clearing out the Roche, they don't lose the Aegis. They got everyone up and alive and ready to go. Bottom racks in jeopardy.
Yeah, and a very uncharacteristic mistake here from S4, jumping in, getting Abyssal in the Roche pit. Very unfortunate.
Unfortunately, so disastrous that Malk even had to chime in briefly for that, and we appreciate your insight there. We'll hope that it's not a decision that Secret ended up regretting, but now down 2 racks, that might be the case. Oh, that was very close. Almost looked like a photo finish to get the snag, but now it's 4 anchors going for the last hurrah here. This is an upset for game 1 in the making. Trixie does get caught, pushed away, put to sleep. BKB going to be popped. Boogie able to dodge out with the Yules. S4 trying to focus fire him, while Arteezy now puts himself in position to dish out the right clicks. Trixie in his face. Nemphy mega kill as he finishes off S4. And now Arteezy in trouble as the Mag moves forward. Still getting off good damage though. Trixie falls down, buys back. Potentially to TP in, looks like towards the mid lane. Nemphy, can he walk away with his life though? No, he gets taken down. The stolen shockwave, ironically, is what finishes him off. Trixie back from the dead, committing with the dive. Side by side from Matamba Man. Can they get Kuro? The grave saves him. He's able to walk away. Now Matamba Man got to get the hell out of there. Trixie cannot go down. Him. Good.
I think it's better that Trixie dies than Matamba Man, but let's see if he actually can make it up.
Oh, he's got the healing ward. Zai is on the hunt, but Trixie continues to keep them away. Yep, there's the ult. 2 ults in the span of a long fight come out, and Zai now could end up going down again. This is the buyback lives of Team Secret here, and it looks like Zai will end up being recycled there. Kuro, though, here he is. Fade Bolt going from Matamba Man. Blink in, Blade Fury.
I think he should just fight Kuro here.
Oh, yep, he's probably just like, no problem. Slashes him down.
I think that's game. They have mega creeps, and I'm pretty sure Secret will call it in a second.
Well, they're going to go with one last dive.
Just not ready to give up yet, it looks like.
Kuro maybe not.
But I agree with Melk there. Very uncharacteristic play from S4. I feel like he doesn't really use... Yeah, GG called.
Right.
He doesn't really go for those plays in the road fit. I don't think they had to do it either. And so I am surprised that he did that, because I don't think they needed to do it.
It didn't feel like it was like, we need to get this Aegis or we lose kind of a situation, but because of that result, that pretty much was the nail in the coffin for them. So, you know, it's not over yet for Secret. It is a best of 3. They have a chance to bounce back in game number 2 to 4 Anchors and try to take it to the 3-game stretch. But for 4 Anchors, they have a really good game. I mean, from top to bottom, the laning phase, Trixie, I would casually throw out the MVP,
I think definitely the MVP of this game. He played really well throughout the entire game with very clutch calls, and he was up in the face of the sniper the entire game. Many great TP outs from him. He was going back in to help out his allies and actually get them out, still surviving somehow, finding farm, and just playing very well overall.
Beautiful stuff. We'll see if they can pull out a bit of an upset here and go 2-0 against Secret, or Secret are going to be able to even things up. That game number 2 match happening here in just a few moments. I'm KotLGuy. That's Pajkatt, and we'll be back in just a moment with more Dota action. Sit tight.